Alright, hello everybody. I am Conquering History Games, and welcome to part 15, I want to say, of my capitalist campaign here in Suzerain. Sorry that I'm kind of getting a late start here. I just had a pretty long day and just I had to rest a bit before doing this, which is like, oh man, I need to rest before I freaking play a video game. It's just, I was just feeling kind of wiped. I just threw something on the TV and laid on the couch, which I was kind of thinking that was the first time I think I've used my TV besides when somebody comes over in like literally months. I guess sometimes when I watch football. But anyway, hi there, Mad Beast Yeti. Hello there, Erzstotska. Hope everybody's doing well. So today's going to be a pretty big episode. Might be a short one, but it's going to be a big event. We'll at least get through, and that is the President Walker visit, which, excuse me, I think I'd said before, I had kind of debated what kind of voice I was going to go for. I'm pretty sure that Dwight Walker is supposed to be a like Eisenhower type figure. We'll probably just read his bio right now first. But I'm gonna do the Nixon voice because I know people like it. So just let's read that bio first. I got some tea going here as well. Hopefully perk me a little bit. Okay, let's check the codex. State figures, no. Foreign leaders, that's what I need. Here we go. Dwight Walker. Do you have cable, satellite, or TV antenna? Oh, just the antenna. Well, you see how he said I was watching TV, but like I was casting something. Yeah, I just have the antenna. I don't have cable. So Dwight Walker. Dwight Walker is an Arcasian politician and businessman who currently serves as the president of the Republic of Arcasia. He is famed for the implementation of the Walker Plan to rebuild the economy of the Mercopian nations and the establishment of the Arcasian Treaty Organization, Walker, also known as ATO, which we're going to try to join. Walker was born into a wealthy political family in Ventress City, Arcasia. He studied international affairs before joining the Arcasian naval forces to fight for the democracies of East Mercopa during the Century of Revolutions. After the war, Walker was elected to the Arcasian House of Representatives as a member of the Democracy Party. He is regarded to be one of the most popular presidents who ever came to be elected, especially for his economic policies in Arcasia, which elevated a huge portion of the population out of poverty. With Arcasia doing better than ever, the concept of the Arcasian dream emerged during his term, which triggered many immigrants to travel to Arcasia with hopes for better life. He also became famed as a staunch opponent of communism and millennialism, as well as the symbol of liberty in the Western world. Walker was an instrumental force in the development of the Mercopian democracies and the establishment of defense systems throughout the continent against the rising superpower United Contana. He led the formation of the ATO against the threat of millennialism and followed a strategy to block United Contana with strategic partnerships and the construction of anti-missile systems in the country's neighboring millennialist countries. Okay. Okay, need that tea to cool down a bit. All right. What do we got next? Yeah, so here we go. The state visit. The door of the car opened and flashes went off. Dwight Walker, president of Arcasia, head of ATO, came out of the car, smiling and waving at the enormous crowd that gathered. Democracy Party, you might as well call it the Vote Party. Yeah, just... it was not every day an Arcasian president came to visit Swordland after all. Both sides of the maroon carpet leading up to the palace were lined up with soldiers wearing military uniforms of the Kingdom of Swordland era. They had swords, shields, spears, and some of them were on horseback. As soon as President Walker stepped on the carpet, children appeared and showered the road with roses. He slowly started walking towards us. It was then the centuries-old sort of sword dance started. The show took a minute at most, and President Walker watched it quietly with a stern face, nodding. Lucien approached my side and quietly whispered, "Is the welcome to your liking, sir?" Let's see. "As long as it does the trick, I don't care." "I'm sure it will." Seeing that President Walker was approaching, Lucian stood back. Finally, I was in reaching distance to one of the most powerful men in the world. He looked at Monica first, bowed, and kissed her hand for a second longer than I'd like. Mr. Rain, if you told me I'd get to meet with your lovely wife, I would have come sooner. I've got a little too much tusk. I'm going to go, oh, 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 need to get like that Futurama Nixon going, which got renewed. Did y'all hear? They're going to do 20 more episodes of Futurama. And I was texting some friends of mine. I was saying freaking I was telling them you know what you get when you do 3 perfect series finale endings? A victory lap. Because I really think they ended that show perfectly 3 times. So it's awesome that it's getting another run. Like now it's just a victory lap. Even if it ends up being shitty, whatever, it happens. Well, let's see here. Let's get Nixon talking.
Oh no? Well, listen here, Missy. Computers may be twice as fast as they were in 1973, but your average voter is as drunk and stupid as ever.
Okay, you see, it's not until later then he gets the jowls going.
Organs to zoos for meat, and I'll go into people's houses at night and wreck up the place.
Okay, see, the jowls... So the jowls come in as he's like... The more jowl when he's more deranged.
Be twice as fast as they were.
But it's kind of as fast as they were in 1973. So I gotta like pull on my cheek. So it's like regular Nixon, and then cheek. You hear how my voice changes as I pull it. Yeah. Your average voter is as drunk and stupid as ever. I think I gotta sneeze. No. Pardon. Okay, Mr. Rain, if you told me I would get to meet with your lovely wife, I would have come sooner. Oops. I'm charmed, Mrs. Rain. Miss Rain. Oh my, thank you, Mr. Walker. It's a pleasure to meet with you. Can you guys hear me? The chat is just dead. I hope my mic's not out. Okay, yeah, the meter's on. Oh, whatever. Okay. Pleasure to meet you. No, the pleasure is all mine, Miss Rain. I hope your wife, excuse me, your wife and the family is well. They are very well, Miss Rain. Thank you. Unfortunately, they couldn't make it here today. And who do we have here? Mr. President, it's so good to finally meet with you. We shook hands. I've wanted to meet with you for the longest time. I assure you, the feeling is mutual. That's why I'm here, in fact. We started walking towards the reception hall in the palace. Our path was cleared of people at once. I've never read this route, incidentally, so this is all new to me. So I'm reading it all. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Woo, just had a big dinner. Have some more of this tea as an aperitif. Oh, tastes good. He was looking around at the extraordinary interior design of the Maroon Palace. Statues, paintings, and various ornaments filled both sides of the corridor. We passed the corridor and entered the reception hall. The crowd inside was composed of various politicians and state figures. Upon our nothing better than burping after a big delicious dinner, yeah. Upon our entry, they started clapping. Dry martinis were handed to both of us. Yeah. Oh, Jesus, turn to Monica. How can we get you out of those wet clothes and into a dry martini? My clothes aren't wet, Anton, and I throw the martini all over her. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you President Walker. People started clapping.
Thank you, President Reagan. It's good. It's really good to be here, and thank you everyone for the warm welcome.
With another thunderous round of applause, the jazz band started playing. You know what? Yeah, let's get some jazz. This is the Swordfish music. Swordfish music must go. Okay. Let's see. Let's do some Christmas jazz. I want some not noir. Jazz and blues, relaxing jazz. Let me try swing. Swing jazz. Here we go. Yeah, I present to you President Walker! Woo! And then this starts playing.
Thank you everyone for the warm welcome.
President Walker and I separated and started mingling with the crowd. The reception was in full swing. After some time chatting with the attendees, President Walker approached us. He bowed before my wife.
Miss Rain, can I call you Monica?
She looked over at me before smiling at him. Yes, of course. Definitely, if I can call you Dwight. He took her hand and they started dancing. I turned around to talk to the waiter. I was into my third martini when I heard a whistle. I turned around and saw Monica dancing very closely with President Walker. All eyes in the room were on them. President Walker grabbed Monica's waist. Let's see. I guess I don't care. Oh, that's tough to say. I could interject. You know what? Let's just take a middle ground. We're going to say we want to chat with them somewhere quiet.
Right when we were getting to the good part. Fine, let's have a chat.
The president and I swapped our drinks for Urloy Maroon 30-year-olds. I knew a special spot. With our drinks at hand, we went down to the stairs of the basement. By the way, let me know if the music's too loud. Gradually, the music and the sound of the party started to fade away. Oh, I guess it's not going to be a problem anymore. Come on, trying to... There we go. Very great. We arrived at a cozy little corner office with not much inside other than a table and comfortable chairs. He took a seat and I followed suit. He pulled out 2 cigars. Take one of the cigars. I took one of the cigars. He pulled out a Rippo lighter and lit my cigar before lighting his own. We clinked our glasses and took a sip.
Oh, this is a really good one. Very smoky. I like it.
Never had an Urloy Maroon before. He took a puff from his cigar, filling the small room with smoke.
Definitely miles better than Bogslandian whiskey. But I like lesbian whiskey more. It pairs better with their cigars. You see, Mr. Rain, whiskeys are a little bit like countries. Some are stronger, some are weaker. Some are older, some are younger. Many are complex, but sometimes simple is the best.
Excuse me.
I personally like stronger whiskeys in general. That's why I liked this one. Yes, it is definitely promising. But whatever you drink in the end, it all boils down to your own taste. And I assure you, Mr. Rain, my sense of taste is very refined. What kind of whiskey do you like?
I'm gonna say I like complex flavors because I remember when we had the drink, which I guess because we had the rich background, we were able to appreciate the wine. We're pulling out all these complex flavors out of it. So I'm just gonna say I like complex flavors.
As good as they are, they can get tiring.
He tugged at his tie to loosen it a little.
You know why I'm here. I want to make you an offer.
You know, I will admit I am slightly nervous about this, you know. About trying to make sure we get in the alliance. But like, if he's already here, I think he's gonna make me the offer. Wine, you do order a vineyard. Oh shoot, too late. Sorry. I'll make you an offer. I was waiting for this moment.
Good. Listen closely. Times are changing, and so is the balance of the world. Soon, instead of a fractured world, we'll see a more united world. There's us, ATO, against them. I want you by our side, the winning side. I think there's much we could achieve together, and you have shown me the proof. A friend of Lesbia is our friend as well. If you accept, I would like to extend you a warm welcome to ATO as a full member state. This, of course, comes along with lots of privileges and responsibilities.
Just finishing that tea.
In ATO, we protect each other. We have a mutual defense clause in the case of war. Join us, Mr. Rain, and you'll have the entire backing of ATO. Soldiers, jet fighters, warships, whatever you like. During peacetime, you'll see the effects even more. Our combined production output will benefit both Swordland and ATO. We will have free trade zone agreements, free visa access, investments, you name it. All I ask in return is mutual loyalty to one another in the pact. The Swordish Armed Forces will be a member of the ATO military structure. All branches, be it Air, Navy, Army, will collaborate with the Alliance Network. We'll provide assistance and training for free. Our armies will learn how to fight together and be stronger than ever in the face of the malignant threat. Let's make history here tonight. What do you say?
What's this? I love the variation of this game. If you go full democratic socialist and nationalize everything but side with Arcasia, they actually extradite Tuscan Caronte for messing with their new ally. Really? Wow, okay. Fascinating. Boy. But see, how do you get them to still join with, or to ally with you when you've been nationalizing everything? Seems anti-Lesbia, because you need Lesbia as the door to ATO. So, let's see here. I say I accept, Mr. Walker.
That's what I like to hear.
We stood up and shook hands.
Welcome to ATO, Mr. Rain. Welcome home. Cheers to newfound partnerships.
We clinked our glasses and... Hold on a second. Try to get a clink going. And down the remaining whiskey.
Now it's starting to taste better. Let's go upstairs, Mr. Rain. We have much to discuss.
You know, I'm just saying, when you joined the alliance with Quintana, they gave me some cash on top of joining. Anyway.
But more importantly, we need to celebrate. Besides...
Oh, I got the achievement! United Against Communism! Woo! Oh yeah, you guys can't see it. But it's there.
Besides, I have a few more dance moves to show off.
Oh yeah! Alright, cut the music! Back to regular music. Yeah. I'll give you a bad deal if you don't like it, but you can still side with them as long as you're not full commie. Alright, so we have some updates, including some stuff with, look like Lesbia. We've joined ATO, but it's what over here, the Codex. Is it? Oh, maybe that was it. Okay, here we go. Country overview. Military, we have a modernized Air Force now and an adequately equipped military. Arcasian influence has come in. We've been embargoed by United Contana. That doesn't sound good. But we have ATO, military support, and strategic alliance member. Although, of course, if you're joining with the ATO, you're not going to be at war. So it's kind of irrelevant how much they help your military. But we got news! The best thing to happen to Eastern Mercopa in the last century. On the other side of the world, the leader of CSP, Chairman Malenev, called the Swordlands ATO membership a threat to the instability of the world. Or stability of the world. There Garcia. Administration announces ATO membership. Transition period will have no effects on the citizens during the earlier days. However, gradually, our economy and society will begin to be integrated. This was not will not be welcome by many fish from the army, whatever. Okay. Alright! You can go to war while still part of the ATO if you declare the war yourself. Yeah, but doesn't that mean nukes are gonna fly? So it's sort of irrelevant. Desalinization progress is going. We've been confiscating pictures. Alright. Oh, shoot. This is a conversation with Evelyn. Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, we're only like 20 minutes in. Tell you what, I want to get some more tea going. Let me go get my kettle up and running again so I can make more tea. You know, I really just got to get a teapot. Oh, shoot, that reminds me. I have a friend who told me he had an extra teapot he wasn't using anymore. Let me text him. I need a... Cause, yeah, I just got to have a teapot, so I just have it here at the desk. Oh, God, my phone's going to die. All right, I'll do that later. But, so, yeah, I just got to have a teapot so I can have it here at the desk instead of just pouring one cup and then coming back, and then the water gets cold, and I go back and forth. Okay. So the phone rings. Ring, ring. Wait, let me get the Botan sound drop. Wait, whoops. Okay, just typos everywhere. Hold on a sec. Where is it? Where is it? Damn it. Okay, Botan sounds. Misspelled sounds because I was typing too fast. Okay, let's do sounds. Ring. God fucking damn it. Ah! I was trying to find the noises. Okay, let me try Botan noises. Trin, trin. Trin, trin. Just fuck it. I was trying to find these. Yeah, here we go. Frustrated noises. That's what I'm feeling. Yeah. So there we have it. Fuck me. All right. So bring ring picked up. So it's midnight when the phone rings. I picked it up. Oh wait, that's my kettle going already. Sorry. We're really quiet chat tonight, but yeah, like Mad City said, it's late. People are a little sleepy. I understand. Okay. I said you could do it. I didn't say it was a good idea. Oh, for the thing that causes the nuclear war. All right, so. Don't you know what time it is? I heard a soft voice from the other end. Hello, Anton. This is Evelyn. Sorry for calling so late. If you wanted to talk to Monica, she's sleeping right now. Actually, I was calling you. So this is Peter's wife, by the way, for those of you who do not remember. Nuclear hellfire isn't good for business. Exactly. It's like probably one of my favorite jokes from 2020. It was a very simple one, but it was of you see a bunch of dinosaurs and the asteroids coming down on them. But then one of them has a text, they're all looking up at it, and one of them has a little speech bubble. And he goes, "Oh no, the economy!" Simple joke, but effective. Anyway, actually, I was calling for you. Spit it out, woman. What's going on? She said one sentence. All right. So, it's about Peter. It's been weeks since he and that woman ran away, hasn't it? He's not some sort of escape artist. He's instantly recognizable, and you said you had your best men on the case. Be honest, Anton. What really happened to him? Evelyn, you're being paranoid. I was thinking about just saying I already said it at the press conference, but why do that when I could demean a woman also? Make her doubt herself a little. Chaos Reigns. Oh man, Chaos Reigns, but spelled Anton Rain style would be such a good name for an episode of if I ever did the nuclear achievement. Alright, so Evelyn, you're being paranoid. No, I don't think I am. Honestly, I couldn't be more excited to be rid of the man, but I'll never get closure if I can't track him down. Forget closure, hit the town, live a little. That's not how this works, and you know it. I have a few journalistic contacts left over from my whole sword post days. I'm thinking of asking them to investigate this. Troll her into forced retirement. She's been retired. Well, she got fired, I think. Or no, actually, I think she resigned. It says it here. Let's see. Oh, she was expelled from the newspaper after defending Alfonso and writing about a conspiracy by the state apparatus. Okay, and then she must have picked up a different job, but then she quit that job. To support her husband. Okay, so oh shoot, so she's gonna have journalists start looking into where the bodies are. Don't want that. No need to get them involved. I'll do it myself. All right. Let me know what you can find. Let's see. I knew, by the way. I'm sorry I never came to you about it. No, because we don't ask forgiveness. We lie. I never had any idea he was cheating on you before this, by the way. You know I would have come to you about it. I'm sure you would have. Her voice sounded tired. Good night. Bye. The line dropped. As I put down the phone, Monica sleepily approached with a glass of water in her hand. Who was that? Is everything alright? Let's see. I could say it's a work call, which is good because it's lying to Monica. But you see, the trick is I want to lie to Monica, but I want her to know I'm lying. And of course, you have to be demeaning to women at all times. So, let's see. We're gonna say it was Evelyn. She's got some. No, it's got a little more gangster. Like, it was Evelyn. She got some crackpot theories about what happened to Peter. I'm surprised she still cares about him. Let's see here. I could say whatever, not my problem, which is callous, but again, we're trying to antagonize at all times. She's a middle-aged woman. What kind of life will she have without a husband? Monica looked at me strangely. Honestly, probably a pretty fabulous one. She made her way upstairs. I went to my private study, picked up the phone, and called Karl. The phone rang for only a few seconds. Jeez, it's the middle of the night, Karl. Yes, Mr. President. Okay, Lucina started drinking more graves. Let's see. Turns out you didn't cover your tracks, or I should say, Evelyn's getting suspicious, as we discussed. Mr. Vectern has been well improperly disposed of. I told Evelyn not to investigate this, but I don't know how much longer I can hold her off. Would you like her to be disposed of as well, sir? I'm gonna put this to a poll. Because, alright, yeah, this is a poll question for sure. Now, of course, remember, could this end up arousing more suspicion? We'll ask the committee. The polls are now open, as is any and all lobbying efforts. More ice her, yes. More bodies. Oh, goodness gracious. Is the poll not popping up? Okay, now the poll should be up. Man, I gotta cut my hair. Sir, our current soil isn't good enough to hide the body's smell, sir. What? Oh gosh, I don't even know what that means. So there's only a few people here. So this will be a quick poll. In fact, has everybody already voted? Oh, yeah, everybody's already voted. Okay, wow. I think only one person voted for no. So, alright then. Let's see here. Well, maybe. Frankly, sir, I would advise against it. It would only lead to more unnecessary suspicions. Here's what I would suggest. Oh, okay, so that was just the game checking if you're a monster. Here's what I would suggest. We still have Mr. Vectern's wedding ring and a sample of his handwriting. It would be fairly easy to plant evidence of his death by suicide. What are you waiting for? Get on it! I'll begin right away, sir. He hung up. I put away the phone and went down to the bedroom to get some sleep. As I was eating breakfast the next morning, the phone rang. I picked up. It was Karl. Good morning, Mr. President. That was fast. Indeed, sir. His wedding ring, a half-empty bottle of pills, and a handwritten note were planted on a bridge overlooking the Unger River. What did the note say? We kept it vague, asking forgiveness from you and Evelyn, that sort of thing. I'll tell Evelyn the news. Thanks again for your help and discretion. Let's see, I'm not... Yeah, because I know I could probably duck it, but, the illusion of choice of it. You know what, actually, do I want to try to duck it? Yeah, you know, I think that works with my character more. If it's like, that's great, now you're my secretary, right? Go and make this call for me. I don't have to deal with some grieving widow dumb bitch. Alright. Call Evelyn and tell her I'm not sure I'm exact. Right away, sir. Karl hung up. With a heavy heart, I started mentally rehearsing what I would say to Monica. Now what? Oh. What do we got here? Found dead due to apparent suicide. Former President Peter Vectern has been confirmed dead by the Swedish police. His wedding ring, a half-empty bottle of pills, and a handwritten note were found on a bridge overlooking the Unger River. This sad news comes following the scandal between former Vice President Peter Vectern and President Rain's former secretary, Livia Suno. Vectern's family is holding a private funeral in Holsard. Following the scandal between former Vice President Peter Vectern and President Reigns' former Secretary Livia Suno, there had been reported rumors that the former VP had gone missing. Sadly, proof of Peter Vectern's suicide has been confirmed. Vectern's wedding ring, a half-empty bottle of pills, and a handwritten note were found on a bridge overlooking the Unga River. Livia Suno has not been seen since the scandal broke. There are rumors she escaped back to Rumberg. A private funeral is being held for the former Vice President at Holsword. So if it's a private funeral, can I still not get the crocodile tears? Tell yourself to be delightfully evil. Oh, yeah. Here we go. We can honor him with a state funeral. So let me double check. Yeah, I think it has to be a state funeral to get the thing, you know. Let's see here. Okay, it has to be a state funeral, which makes sense. Like, the point of crocodile tears is that they're, you know, meant to be seen. Let's see, so... Oh, yeah, report from Horseward. Not being able to be reached. Spare no efforts in looking for him. He couldn't be found in any of his properties. He was last seen traveling to Erlery. Alright. Ex-Vice President Peter Vectern has unfortunately passed away. Preparations are being made, and his body is being readied for the final journey. The state can choose to honor his services to the nation with a state funeral or arrange a regular one. State funeral! Bad boy. The dead boy of Swordish politics. Caps lock on was an accident, but I find it fitting, yeah. Bad boys! What you going? Oh, he's dead. Our convoy pulled up to the gates of the National Cemetery in Erlery, Peter's hometown. Monica and Deanna were beside me in the car. The news of Peter's death had hit Frank especially hard. Rather than attend the funeral, he had taken a few days of personal leave from the army to have time to himself. So he took time off and didn't go to the funeral? Like, motherfucker, you could go to the funeral and then also take time off? I guess like he doesn't want to see him that way or whatever. It's just Frank being a bitch, let's face it. Anything Frank does that's a bitch move. It's like things aren't bitch moves and then Frank does them. Frank does them, therefore they are bitch moves. That's science, that's logic, that's philosophy. Yeah, I think Plato talked about that, or excuse me, Aristotle. So, Monica looked numb and empty. Deanna appeared to be deep in thought. But how did Uncle Peter die? Why won't anyone tell me? Monica looked like she was about to cry. It doesn't matter, sweetheart. She turned her head to look out the window, hiding her tears. Don't do anything. No hugs! No hugs. Let's see. I sat there silent. Papa, tell me the truth. Let's see here. No consoling. We gotta be mean. I'm gonna be mean to her because we have to do it in front of Monica, I feel. He killed himself, Deanna. But why? Anton, she's still too young. It's better to remember Uncle Peter by the way he lived, not by the way he died. I can't sugarcoat reality for her forever, Monica. You know, she's 6 years old. It's time for her to grow the fuck up. There was a great little Simpsons bit. It's like a quick little flashback to when groundskeeper Willie was born, and his father is just like, he's literally like they're in the hospital and he's like chewing out the baby over something, and the doctor goes, do you want to cut the umbilical cord? And the dad just goes, let him cut it himself. It's time he learned life ain't one big party. Frank's being Frank, disinherit him. Yeah, just in all timelines, Frank is a bitch and Tusk is hated. Real good tea. So, we have arrived, Mr. President. My deepest condolences. I know you and Mr. Vectern were very close. We weren't at the end. Yeah, Sergei went outside and opened our door. As soon as we stepped out, camera flashes went off. Evelyn Vectern was waiting for us. Upon seeing her, Monica ran up to her and they hugged. Evelyn, I'm so sorry. How are you holding up? So. It's hard to play the bereaved widow, knowing the kind of man he really was. But still, oh jeez, I just flashed back to when I was in the army. So this guy in another, he was in the battalion, he wasn't in my battery, but anyway, he killed himself, because his wife had been having an affair, you know. Jody. Jody's got your girl at home, you know how it is. We've all, you know, one of the all-time great bumper stickers, like just Hall of Fame bumper stickers, is the my girlfriend's husband fights for your freedom. Anyway, so he had killed himself, and we go to the funeral, and it was like we were in formation, and but so like most of us were standing, but she was sitting. Some of the other family was sitting. Like the wife was there, and she brought Jody to the funeral. The Lion, the Witch, and the audacity of this bitch. Oh man. Oh. What can you even say about that? So anyway. Yeah, so like that's like a converse of Evelyn here, where it's like Evelyn's like, he was having an affairs and he was a misogynistic jerk, but I guess I'm supposed to act sad he's dead. But Insector was more of a case like, yeah, he killed himself because of what I did, so I guess I'm just gonna go to the funeral and not give a fuck. So, anyway, but still, we were married almost 20 years, Monica. The way he died, it's just too sudden. They hugged once again. Evelyn wiped her tears and patted Deanna on the head before turning to me. Hey, Kershaw, how you doing? Let's see here. She turned to me. Hug her? No. My condolences. Thank you, Anton. I know there's nothing either of us could have done, but I still can't help feeling responsible for this. Let's see here. You shouldn't feel guilty, and neither should I. Evelyn swallowed hard, her eyes filled with resolve. All right, let's go. The four of us took our places towards the front of the crowd. From afar... Okay, so now there's a crowd, so now I'm going to start acting like I'm sad. From afar, we heard the sound of military boots approaching. A soldier was leading a group with a large framed photo of Peter in his hands. What is this, fucking Constantinople? What is this? We're trying to fight off the fucking Moors? The Arabs, huh? Okay. Behind him followed other soldiers, marching alongside a cart with a carved goat on the front. On top of the cart, wrapped in a Swordfish flag, was the coffin of Peter Vectern, the 4th Vice President of Swordland. You know, the group stopped in front of us. They lifted the coffin up off the cart and laid it down on a platform. One of the soldiers took the flag, folded it, and presented it to me. Shouldn't that go to the wife? Whatever. Well, I guess, like, not... It's like, hey, here's the flag representing your husband who was cheating on you. Yeah, I guess it makes sense that they gave it to me. I walked behind the podium to deliver my speech. Today we mourn Peter Vectern, the 4th Vice President of Swordland, and... Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna just ham up the sadness here, because I want to start pretending to cry. My brother, our bond was not a bond of blood. It was something stronger. It was a bond of friendship and camaraderie. We drank together, cried together, laughed together, fought together. Let's see here,
Despite his unconscionable actions towards the very end of his life, I choose to remember him as he was. Never before Swordland had a vice president like Peter. Never again will it. It's like, what are the odds? Someone's gonna fuck a Rumburgian spy and be vice president of Swordland. Like, what are the odds? Farewell, brother. You should be missed. You will be missed. I went back to join Monica and Deanna. As I walked past Evelyn, she mouthed the words, "Thank you." Yeah, can we get some roses and tears in the chat, y'all? Get those tears. No, actually, wait, save the tears for when I cry. But, trumpets cut through the silence. Stern-looking soldiers formed a line and held their rifles in front. One after another, 10 shots rang out. With each shot, I shuddered. I had known Peter for almost 30 years. Times we spent together flashed back before my eyes. The good memories and the bad ones. All of it. Didn't matter anymore. He was gone because of me. I felt a tug on my left arm. Are you crying? Surprised, I checked my face. My eyes were wet. Oh, it's raining! Oh! But, yeah. Yeah, the obviously a reference to, Full Metal Alchemist. Woo! What a scene. That was like a generationally defining sad scene. So, anyway, yes. She hugged my leg. Aww. Sorry I gotta be mean to you so my wife will leave me. Come on, Deanna, let's go. The coffin was fully lowered and the tombstone placed. The crowd began dispersing. Leave a bottle of whiskey on the grave? Yeah, it's the least I could do. I could afford it. I left a bottle on the grave. Earlery 30-year-old, his favorite. I stayed there by myself for another half hour. Oh, there it is! Got the achievement! Crocodile tears! The sun finally set after painting the sky blood red. And the Oscar goes to me. Oh gosh, I'm speechless. Like I'm literally without a speech. I didn't have one written down. Oh gosh, who do I thank for this? Who do I thank for this? Well, first, let me hold on. Turn off the sad shit. Yo, DJ, turn off the sad shit. Let's just we gotta thank. Oh goodness gracious, who do I thank? Hold on a second, let me try to get. Hold on a sec. Let me get some music here. Here we go. Here we are. And welcome to the first annual Conquering Acting Games. Oh my gosh, thank you all so much for this. I gotcha. Oh yeah, this year's winner, Anton Rain, for crying at the funeral of his best friend who he had assassinated after being tortured. Oh gosh. I don't know. Oh, where do I begin? Well, first off, I have to thank Peter. If he hadn't been fucking my secretary, this could not have been possible. There's no way. He's the one who set this all in motion. From tiny acorns, such seeds grow tall and mighty. It's just so I have to thank Livia for willing to fuck that fat piece of that fat bastard. I have to thank Lucian for keeping his mouth shut. Of course, Karl, stand up and take a bow. Of course, sir. He's like, no, sir, I can't. I have to maintain secrecy. Yeah, you're right. But thank you. But Karl, of course, he did the legwork. He's the writer, and I'm the clay. It just he tortured him good. He got Olivia good, and you know what? He knew when to say no to the sequel. I wanted to do a same year direct-to-video sequel with Evelyn. He said it was too much, and you gotta leave him wanting more. Oh gosh, who else do I have to thank? My agent,
My agent's great. Of course, I gotta thank everybody who voted along the way. I gotta thank the developers for making a Steam achievement. Oh gosh, I'm running out of time. Thanks to the hosts, thanks to my drivers, and of course this one goes out to all the people who assassinate others and don't get to go to their funerals and pretend to cry. This one's for you. I claim this for all of you. Good night. All right, so back to the game. Former vice president to have state funeral. Well, that sort of just already happened. Okay. So, what do we want to do here? Late night at the Rain household. Oh, I think we can get one more achievement here. With Monica leaving. It was late night when I exited Sergei's car, walked through the gates of the presidential complex, and unlocked my front door. Monica and I weren't speaking much at all these days. I'd been spending more and more time in the office, just to avoid the chilly atmosphere that awaited me at home. The lights in the kitchen were still on. I walked in to find Monica sitting alone at the table, pouring the dregs of a bottle of cabbage into her glass. Okay, so she didn't go out drinking. Well, if it isn't the savior of Swordish women, our knight in shining armor. Yeti, thank you very much for super bad. It's the greatest CHG moment. Thanks. I kind of just improv that. Yeah. Oh, let me get some more water so I can do the. Oh no, she's pouring the last dregs of the bottle. So yeah, ASMR for the last dregs. The savior of Swordish women. Our knight in shining armor. If the atmosphere at home is chilly, just buy a coat. You know, you joke, but you know, I don't have the apartments I live in. We don't have heating. I have a small personal heater for like from in my bedroom, but on these cold nights that have been happening lately, I'm wearing I'm dressed up indoors. You know, I got like my coats on and stuff. So. Don't start. Let's go, gangster. Don't start with me. I'm not in the mood. You're not in the mood? Kiara called and told me what happened to her women's rights bill because she knew I'd want to know. This would have never happened if you'd supported her. You ladies were asking for too much, too quickly. That's bullshit. Bullshit. Monica. This was my big chance. The one thing I wanted to do is before I even met you, and you, Anton Rain, you ruined it. Let's see here. Other women would kill to be married to the president of Swordland. Can't you just shut up and be satisfied? You really don't know me, do you? Monica sighed deeply. I don't think I could do this anymore. I'm calling Evelyn's divorce attorney. Oh, geez, accent's changing. Oh, gosh. Freaking, I'm just thinking... Just, you know, this could have gone dark. I'm sure they would never put that in the game. Can you imagine if it went like Godfather style? Where it's like, oh yeah, he got a phone call. It's your girlfriend. She says she can't make it tonight. Actually, I don't remember if that scene's actually in the final cut of the movie. Because okay, so when I was young, you know, we only had so many movies at home, but we had the VHS, the 2-tape VHS of Godfather. And it had bonus scenes, and so I would watch them, and it would talk about it was Francis Ford Coppola, and he was talking about the things he went through making the movie. But I remember one of the things was how his sister wanted to be in the movie, and he's like, I've got enough freaking problems with the studio without hiring my sister to be in my own movie. And then they argued about it, and eventually he said, if you're gonna do it, you're gonna audition. And then they showed the tape of her auditioning for the role of Connie. His sister plays Connie She's the one who's getting married at the beginning, and then Carlos starts beating her. But yeah, so the scene is the actual scene where you see him beating her. And it's and like, you know, of course it's a stripped down version of the scene. It's just they're around a table. It's not the whole apartment. But I just remember that line was in there. It's like, you know who that was on the phone? Your girlfriend. Anyway, so I'm calling Monica's divorce attorney. Yeah, it gets bad if you haven't seen it. He whoops her ass. Let's see here. You can't divorce me. I was like, you can't divorce me? At least not until next year. You see, so like, yeah, it's got to be one of those things. I think this works better than You Wouldn't Dare, because it's like, bitch, you can't fucking divorce me, but also I'm concerned about me. That's why. But hey, yeah, don't worry about it, Jacob Brown. You can always watch the video of the day. You know, play it back. So that's what you care about? Your chances of getting reelected? Let's see here. I'll pay you to stay, at least until after the election. No, let's see here. Either way, she's, I'm saying I want her to leave. I think the pay thing works best. So, you know, oh, you don't love me? Have some more money. Yeah, yeah. I'll pay you to stay, at least until after the election. Bribery? You're gonna treat me like one of your crooked politician pals? Hey, you're the one who said you wanted to be involved in politics. I will not let you insult me like this. She pushed her chair away roughly. Oh shoot! I was gonna push this chair, but Caesar's on it. Okay, never mind. Here we go. I'm calling the lawyer tomorrow. We could wait a few weeks to tell Diana. Let's see. If you think you're gonna keep custody for her, you're goddamn mistaken. Or no, actually, no. That implies I care about her. This is better. I'm gonna make sure you wind up with nothing. Yeah, I almost made a mistake. That would have been bad roleplay to take this one. I'd rather be penniless than spend another moment married to you. Pick up her glass and smash it on the ground. No, you see, that's the thing. I don't think this Anton Reigns like a... Because this feels like this is going to escalate into domestic violence. I don't think that works. The bots are here. Yay! That's when you know a stream's made it, boys and girls, when the bots arrive. The bots like me. They really, really like me. Anyway, so... Yeah, picking up the glass, smashing it. I think that's by the way, serious moment for a second, guys. We're gonna cut the music. It's time for a time for a very special episode of Conquering History Games. Seriously though, if you're ever with us, you know, you got a boyfriend, girlfriend, non-binary friend, whatever, and they're breaking shit in front of you, they're either going to do that to you or they're trying to make you think that they're going to do that to you. And neither of those is cool. So that's when it's time to turn it around 360 degrees and walk away, you know, to try to add some levity to it. But seriously, I do not endorse any domestic violence. Having said that, I would definitely do domestic violence if I felt my character was down for it, but I don't think so. I think, like, he's just... My character, he's like, you know, he's a cartoon. He's a Scrooge. He's a... Not even a Scrooge. Scrooge was, like, miserable. I love my money. Like, Scrooge was rich, but he wasn't happy. Like, this character, he's like, oh, God, I love money. One of my favorite things to do is buy more of it. So, like... I just, like, think of him as, like, he's misogynistic. He's demeaning. I don't think he would, like, do the smashing the glass route. So I'm just gonna say, screw you! Like, for me, it's like, here's your punishment, I'll take your money! Like, my character wouldn't even think of, you know, one of those things like, I'll fucking kill you before you leave me! It's more like, you can leave, but you're not taking my money! Monica's lips formed a thin line. I'm taking Deanna to a hotel tonight. I don't want to see you when I get back. What? What the fuck? You just said you're gonna be pitiless. And he's like, what? I need to leave my own house? Okay, like, what the fuck? Anyway, sorry, that broke my immersion for a second. With one last furious look at me, Monica marched upstairs to get Deanna. I'd lost both of them, possibly forever. After they left, I sat there in the kitchen a long time, replaying my 20-year marriage over and over in my head. All things must come to an end. Got the achievement! This can't go on like this. Wow, huge episode today. Huge episode. Yeah, wow. So we got some good. So we got 3 big achievements today. All things must come to an end. I think that's a perfect place to stop it. Oh shoot, lot of new updates. So we'll have to go through a divorce with Monica. Yeah, it's a kind of, I don't know how it is in some places. I know in like Texas you can get divorced on your own. You don't need the other person's opinion. One of the things I freaking did, not that I did, like learned, I want to say like in 2000, when did I know that guy? It was one of those friend of a friend of a friend things. That's actually a whole funny side story. There was this person who I was starting to become buddies with. One of the things that was binding our friendship was he was, basically frauding his company's credit card, and I was a beneficiary of some of that. But yeah, he was a real asshole and would screw people over. And then eventually he screwed me over in a big way. It was like, wow, who could have? It was one of those things like when it happened, it's like, why am I fucking surprised? Why would I be different? Anyway, so that guy knew a guy. We were once hanging out, and he shows up, and the guy's getting hammered, but like in a celebratory way. It turned out he had just finished getting divorced. And so ended up learning a lot about how Texas divorces work. So apparently, one of the things in Texas, at least, because every state has its own laws. Does your wealth decrease with divorce? Oh shit, I didn't even think about that! Oh no, the alimony! My money! But yeah, we'll look at the new. Yeah, so apparently this is something I found out, at least in Texas. If it has been a year and you don't know where your spouse is, like you literally don't even know if they're alive or dead, you can get a divorce, which I guess is it's like the legal way for when there's like maybe a runaway spouse. So like let's say Peter's body had never been found, right? So imagine that Evelyn had to be like legally married forever. She could like never even remarry if there wasn't some sort of thing for that. Another much sadder example is when a lot of Jews after the Holocaust, now demonetized, after the Holocaust, during that period where they were still living in the camps until they could be like, some sort of homes could be found for them. I learned about this when I used to teach at the Holocaust Museum here in El Paso. Anyway, what sometimes rabbis, not sometimes, it actually was pretty goddamn often, you'd have people who, after the war, they met somebody else and they wanted to marry them. The thing is, like, if you survive the Holocaust, it's entirely possible the rest of your family all died. It's actually quite likely. So they would, like, have to get these dispensations, basically saying, yeah, this person was married, but their spouse is like dead. Almost assuredly dead. So they would get like a special dispensation that they're a widow or a widower, and then they could get remarried to the new person. Oh geez, I'm bringing this down. Let's go to the news. Swordland creates peace line to avert war. Did I don't remember authorizing that. The radical nationalists attempt to assassinate Ejal, Sword Rider. Workers' Party of Bloia are getting more members. Worker Party leader poisoned. Here we go. Here's the divorce in the news. First Lady Monica Rain is splitting up the First Family. There have been rumors for some time now that Monica and Anton Rain have been facing their difficulties. This is certainly a shocking turn of events. Our deepest sympathies go out to President Rain and their 2 children, Frank and Deanna, as the family goes through this difficult time. Fucking, there was a couple of celebrities recently who apparently are getting divorced, but I don't give a shit about that kind of stuff. That I saw a screenshot of the announcement, and it was just so fucking obnoxious. It's like how ads have been for the last 2 years during the Backstreet Boys reunion tour, where it'll be something like, "We know you're going through a difficult time. These are #unprecedented times, and this is when we all need to come together as part of the greater human family and go to Burger King." You know, it's just some shit like that. And so, like, I was reading this screenshot, and it was like just line after line of they're talking about, it's like, these have been, you know, unusual times of upheaval, and whatnot. And it's just like I'm reading this statement for like sentence after sentence after sentence, and I'm thinking, is this supposed to be like a divorce announcement? What the fuck is going on here? And it's like almost just kind of squeezed in at the end. And even then, I don't even think they said divorce. It's like, you know, we're still the best of friends, but we're choosing to break up. Which is, you know, it's all business. It's all business. Coronti's covering your back. No sympathies for Monica. Yeah, I noticed that too. That's definitely Coronti. It's like they're getting divorced. That fucking dumb bitch. But, you know, it's just, you know, a little nice in that. Presidential family shattered. This is kind of neutral. They're divorcing. First Lady tried to be an advocate for women's rights, much to her husband's disapproval. It is believed this is what led to her filing for divorce. Kibner commends BFF trailer, largest military parade ever. Here we go. First family to divorce. Deeply shocking to see this coming from our presidential family. The president and his wife have reportedly been having trouble since he took office. It's believed that the president's lack of support for the First Lady's endeavors is what led them to separate. Today is indeed a sad day for the nation. Bloodish Freedom Front is announcing war against the state. Yeah, so things are picking up big time down here. But pretty damn big episode. We're gonna stop it there, though. Looks like we got some a couple of acts, some acts, and then some campaign election stuff that we could do next time. Yeah, P.S. We're getting divorced. Yeah, okay, bye. Yeah, right. Yeah, like I'm sure we'll probably see a lot of commercials like that, you know, over the Super Bowl weekend. Anyway, you all have yourselves a very nice evening. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for the super chats. Then let's celebrate. You know, 3 big achievements. Extremely happy with that. Take care. Sure, Lucian won't end things.